Hey there, it's Bernardo again. I'm sorry I was a little bit absent, but I'm going to try to come back to this series and go through all of that. It's going to be a challenge. The past 2 weeks has been a little bit crazy, and I didn't have time. I'm trying to do this during the weekends, and sometimes during the week after work. But I was just so tired I couldn't do it. But yeah, today we're gonna be taking a look at Junie from Jetbrains. I'm not the biggest Jetbrains user. I use DataGrip anytime that I want to do something in a Postgres database. I connect normally to DataGrip. But I used RubyMine a while ago when I was working at TopTal. And since then I have been paying their subscription. I use their IDs from time to time, especially when I want to debug something. I'm working a lot with Go nowadays, and then sometimes I open Golang just because of the debugging experience is great. Even though I have DAP set up in my NeoVim setup. So yeah, so what I'm saying, I'm not the best JetBrains user, but if you're using some JetBrains IDs, as I know a lot of folks are, I have a few coworkers that are using, uh, you're likely not gonna want to go to like Cursor or something, and you have a few options for AIs that can run inside of your ID. While you can run Copilot and there's some other ones that you could use, I'm going to try the JetBrains first class agent called Junie. So we're gonna take a look at that. Again, it's pretty much the same thing, like a sidebar experience where I have an agent. It's gonna change the code. Not sure how the experience is when reviewing code. If there's any like, I mean, it seems like it can run tests. So this is just running npm commands in terminal, so it has access to terminal. So yeah, I'm not sure how that's gonna go. I I think this AI Pro is included in the plan that I pay, which is not the AI one, which is for all the IDs. So yeah, I'm gonna see how that goes. I'm gonna install WebStorm. I already installed. I mean, if you wanna know how I installed, uh, I installed with JetBrains box. I'm gonna update it and I'm gonna come back soon to test and install Junior and make sure everything is working. All right, just updated WebStorm, and I had installed Junie before. It's already here. I think I'm not sure if it came with it, but I guess if you're looking how to install it, I think you can just go to plugins, and then you can search for Junie. There is the JetBrains AI assistant and JetBrains Junie. It's a little bit weird. I think this is the kind of like their old take on an AI assistant. And Junie seems to be a much better newer version. So yeah, so this is the one we're gonna be testing. Yeah, the AI chat. I think I'm just going to hide that. I'm not gonna even use it. I'm just gonna use this Junie thing. Yeah, I want to close this project here. Sorry. Yeah. So this was the project that I was testing before. But yeah, so this is Junie. There's mastering Junie. Let's take a look at this. Junie get started guide. Let's see. All right. Oh, there's a video. Okay, I'm not gonna watch this. How long is this? We have text, so I can read it. Okay, you can use which. You can select which model. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is as usual. I select the model here. Probably. Okay, there's code. There's Brave, which allows, yeah, I guess this is kind of like the YOLO mode. And this is, okay, asking for a little bit more time. Can I close this other panel? Why there's a, what is, okay. I'm wondering, like, what does it use the other column for other than just showing this? But yeah. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Is there anything else? How can I change the model? Oh, really? I have to come to the command. This is such a JetBrains move. Okay, I have to come here, and then I have. Okay, I have to. Where do I have to go? Man, that's why I hate this JetBrains stuff sometimes. Okay, tools, Junie models, tools, Junie. All right. Okay, MCP settings. So I have MCP stuff here. I can, yeah, the models. Okay, I can only pick out of these uh, three models. I mean, they're great models, so should be fine. Not sure if I should go with GPT-5 or Sonnet 4 like I was using the other tools for. Uh, yeah, okay. All right, can I have like a project? Okay, okay, or nice. So this is already better than I think Windsurf didn't allow us to do that. So I just put project root Junie MCP. Okay, let's go to learn more. Okay, this is just the documentation for MCP. Um, oh, okay. So did they here they explain the difference? Both Junie and Jetbrains powered by large language models. There's a set of productivity tools deeply integrated with JetBrains IDs, including chat, AI chat to window, AI code completion in the editor, and a variety of AI powered context actions. Okay, so this is more, yeah. So this is more like the original Copilot kind of thing, and there's like a, I think this chat was a kind of like second thought, auto completion, I guess. And then Junie is the agent, yeah, coding agent. Yeah, okay. Available under one subscription. Uh, okay, I can top up the balance. Okay, so it has some credits by default. Yeah, the AI Pro license. Okay, the AI Pro license tier provided with all product specs as well cannot be activated with the IDE. Okay, I have no idea what the hell is that, but yeah, I this is the one that I got, the all product spec, and then I have because of that. So okay, all right. Oh, there here's the docs. Okay. Oh, we can use in all these IDs. We're gonna be using WebStorm because the project is mainly yeah, it is a uh, React and TypeScript project. Okay, AI ignore. Project level configuration. Okay, there's an MCP folder and then I add an MCP JSON. What would have the double MCP though? Like, what other files would have an MCP? Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Okay, view available too. So this is cool. This is one thing that I liked about VS Code way of dealing with that. You can see exactly that. Oh, I cannot select which tools from which MCP servers I can send at any time. Like, yeah, we'll check that. Okay, guidelines. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, so it's kind of like instructions MD file. It's gonna be in Junie. Action allow list. Okay, yeah, I guess it's gonna prompt us for the things that it can do. Yeah, the MCP settings we already solved. The models. Okay, yeah, I mean pretty basic. You have a guidelines thing. Do you have like a way to? Yeah. By the way, honestly, the way that I'm doing here is that I'm reusing the same instructions MD file that I have, which honestly, after using it, I realize is not great. But to test all these tools in a fair way, I'm reusing it. I guess the best you can do is unless you already have a really thought out AI instruction file, I would likely just use ask the AI to help you generate the guidelines, and then you iterate with on that cursor. Sorry, Cloud Code. I think when you install also goes through that setup. Yeah, code mode, ask modes. Okay, so pretty basic. Okay, I think this is all we need to know. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to set up the project. So let's do that. Okay, so let's set up the project. Again, we have this template. I'm gonna use this template, create a new repository. We're gonna call this Expensify Junie. Let's go with that. And now I need to remember how to. Can I close the project? I have no idea. Okay, I guess I need to just no clone repository. Can I do that? Oh, I'm not connected to my GitHub account. Yeah, maybe I can connect. It's gonna be easier. Okay, that's weird. So Expensify Junie. Yeah, I have a lot of Expensify projects. Yeah, I'm just gonna clone that. Yeah, 1 second. I'm sorry. So just loaded. So here's the project we have. Let's do the setup as we mentioned. So I guess I need to create a new file, new directory. You're gonna call this Junie, and instruction is gonna come here. Why refer? I'm not an IDE person, as you can tell. I mean, like, so this, I think it was guidelines. All right. I guess we now need new directory. We're gonna call this MCP, and I guess we can just copy this MCP here. This LLMs txt again is support for documentation. Can we set up documentation somehow? Yeah. Let's go. Let's try to just use. Okay, this is quite cool. I didn't know Jetbrains could do that. Okay, can I just do this? I seem like a really like discovering fire. It's so silly, but I like to have. Yeah, this is cool. All right. Let me just check one thing though before. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so the project is done. I mean, I already have the project guidelines. All right. What are these run configurations? Let me just edit configurations. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Nice. It detected the correct thing. So I guess if I just do this, it's gonna run the server. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, it's not loading the .env thing, I guess. Is there a way to Jetbrains webstorm.env file? Wait, have I copied the .env file? Oh yeah, I didn't run the migrations. That's all, actually. Yeah, okay, I think we can run this again. Package JSON, db push. Let's just do this. Run db push, and I can come here and run this. And now it should not have any issues, right? Yeah. Okay, so I have this set up. I'm wondering, like, how do I know if these things are being actually properly loaded? Let me go to tools, Junie. Yeah, MCP. Okay, so it detected the things. Great. Can I start? How can I start this? Okay, let me. Yeah, I forgot to. Yeah, actually, I should have done that in the. terminal. Yeah, let's just do. How to open a term? I don't even know how to open a terminal here. Sorry. Okay, F12. I'm gonna do Mies install. Yes, I trust them. I'm just gonna try to reopen. Yeah, exit, terminate, WebStorm. Well, it's not opening. Okay. We're here now. MCP language server. Yeah, okay, so this is installed now. And I guess if we try to, how do I do the MCP stuff again? Oh, I guess probably is not finding the Mies thing. Maybe if I start it again. Why this is not working? Yeah, so this is mostly me not knowing how to use okay, I'm gonna do this weird thing. Just gonna come here and I'm gonna do Mies. I'm gonna install globally Mies use. Yeah, actually I should have just do like npm install this. I'm not even sure why. Mies install MCP language. Mies, sorry, Mies use -g. Just gonna do this. At 0.1.1. Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna try to reopen that. And just check one thing though, package JSON. I think you can just add the TypeScript language server. I guess we can just install the pnpm install. Yeah, all right. And let's just try to restart. I'm gonna do WebStorm. Yeah, still no look. Okay, honest. Okay. Okay, I just need to. Okay, let's just roll back the changes on the package JSON. I'm just gonna do this 4.3.4, and yeah, let's roll back this. So commit. Yeah, this AI I'm gonna delete. Commit. So yeah, so this was moved, this was deleted. The other things I'm not gonna change anything. Yeah, let's just test first. WebStorm. have to install everything globally, I guess. TypeScript latest, whatever. Just gonna use latest. Exit WebStorm. Yeah, again, this is mostly because I am not the most, used to using Jetbrains. I installed Mies here. My flow was a totally different thing. Let's see if now. Oh, come on. Okay, this doesn't work. So let me just actually disable. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna give up and gonna go without that. I mean, if it's that complicated to set up, is it really useful? Let's hope that whatever in like server like IntelliSense kind of thing that it has here. Let's hope that is. Let's commit these things. Set up project. Commit and push. Authorize. Push. And let's just go back. And why not reset? Like, why rollback? Whatever. Okay. I guess we're gonna go with that for now. I will clean up the global mess I've made, and I think this is it. I think we're gonna be able to start using it again. As a fresh reminder, if this loads. What's going on? Okay, yeah. So like we copy that to install initialized. Yeah. Now just gonna go and use the initial prompt. Yeah. Let's see how we used that before. So how can I add context? Can I do like add? How do I add context? Is there a better way? Come on, there is no autocomplete here. Do I really have? Why? Okay. Yeah, this is such an ID kind of thing. Okay. Okay, product guidelines are included here. So I guess we'll have to like. Can I do something like, I don't know? Drag this here. Okay. All right. So I guess what we're gonna do is docs dash projects dash ERB name. I'm just going to remove the ads, and then I'm gonna add it down there. So docs product PRD main tasks. Yeah. I'm gonna take. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So this is gonna be cumbersome to use. I guess it's gonna be drag and drop and more like manual stuff. But yeah, we're gonna see it soon. I just gonna get some water and drink drink something before we can start. Maybe I'm gonna have dinner actually, so we can start around 10 p.m. here and do the 2 hours and still finish it today. So yeah, gonna be back soon. See you soon. Hey, sorry, I'm back. It took much longer than I expected, and I actually didn't even had dinner. Just ordered some pizza. Had to do some chores in the house with my wife. Yeah, I had to walk the dogs and whatnot. But I mean, yeah, still have plenty of time. I can go to sleep later, so no worries. It's Saturday. So yeah, so let's just get started with that. So it's 10:42, so I'm gonna be running these until around 1:42 in the morning. Sorry, midnight and 42 past midnight. So yeah, so I'm just gonna send this prompt that we already had. and see what that leads us. So, okay, so it has this two column thing. Okay. Uh, okay, this interface is slightly different. Trying to understand what is. Let me see the difference. Okay. Oh, I see. So it separates the plan and the steps for each plan. Okay. Start adding some tasks. Okay, so it created a task of tasks. That's an interesting approach that others haven't done yet. I just do this. All right. Oh, it's still like the title is still test template though. Okay, but let's see the tasks. Okay. The first thing, set up the baseline architecture. Okay. One second. I'm gonna be right back while this thing runs. Okay, I'm back. I mean, this is by far the most like complex plan so far. Okay, so initial architecture. Okay, so this is just gonna check like basic stuff, uh, database and migrations. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so it went on that way that I particularly don't like, where it tries to create the whole database schema on the on the first setup, and I rather have like smaller incremental steps. So I'm going to correct this. I believe it is better to set up database schemas as we go instead of trying to design everything all at once from the start. Yeah, let's see how that behaves. Why is checking? I'm confused of what it is doing. I mean, I like the UI. I'm gonna give them that. I'm gonna make the sidebars a lot smaller. Yeah. So I like the UI. The UI is clean, right? Like you have the overall plan, and then yeah, a bunch of things happening. Why are you just ignored what I said? You're not gonna edit the task, okay? I think you just kind of like ignored my suggestion. You know what? I'm just going to embrace the vibe coding here. I don't like what he's doing, but I said to not do it, and he just did it. Like, what the hell? I think I should have like been explicit maybe. And I don't see like a way for me to like accept or reject changes. I think they just have. I don't think I have a say on the. No, you haven't done that. You've done much more than that. What? Okay, this is gonna be frustrating. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so they're asking me for. Okay, I like the interface. Junie has that going for, but I think honestly I think this is the problem of GPT-5. You just try hard too much. Maybe I should change the model to Sonnet 4. Like now that the whole plan is done. Uh, yeah, let me just. Yeah, I don't have that working properly. But let me just set up a few things. Configurations. Okay, maybe I should do a few other things. Let me just do. I'm gonna come here. Gonna do plugins. Gonna add like Prisma. Oh, it's installed already. I guess. Oh yeah, of course we can correct a few things. Edit configurations. Okay, now it's just hanging in here. Yeah, I like that it asks me questions, honestly. Okay, yeah. It just got stuck. Is that it? Yeah, honestly, let's just change the model. Sorry. Okay, it finally went back on removing the things we don't currently need. Okay, I like it. Finally. Okay, let me just see the state of things. Okay, it somehow decided that it was done. Okay. One second. All right, sorry, just accepted. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Yeah, this is the problem with vibe coding sometimes, especially when it just goes too wild. Uh, okay, let's just do this then. Review current tasks, current in progress tasks in. Let's just do the tasks thing here and update the ones that we think are completed. Let's check one thing. Oh, I think I can have parallel agents, I guess. Okay. Okay, the UI is interesting. Okay, you can run git status. before you do this, I'm going to, yeah, whatever. Let's just go and then we drop the post stable later in another migration. And you could have likely, okay, you fixed a few things. Okay. Yes, it seems a little bit slow. The UI is quite cool. Uh, yeah, I would love to test having like parallel things. Like I'm going to do something else like uh, check if any give me a summary of outdated dependencies. So this is running while the other thing is running. Okay, run command. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I can have them parallel. Yeah, that is quite cool. Cursor can do that. I think the GitHub Copilot, at least I couldn't see an easy way to do this parallel agent stuff. So yeah, that's quite cool. Oh, and it shows me the things that are like paused. Likely because, I wish there was like an easier way to jump between tasks that need my help. Okay, this is quite cool. View and editor tab. Yeah, okay. I just want to test this. I like it. Quite cool. I mean, can I even see that? Like, oh, interesting. The Junie has its own terminal. Hmm, that's interesting. Can I run things with here? Yeah, I think I can, right? Oh, doesn't seem like. Okay, I have an idea how to use this. Let's do, yeah, let me just do one thing here. Gonna go to package JSON, gonna run the test, reset. Gonna run test. And I'm going to persist these things. So if you configuration and save configuration. Oh, I think there's a better way, right? Yeah, let me do one thing here though. Test. Yeah, let me just try it again. Yeah, that's better. Okay, there's one failure. How do I do the? Yeah, I'm just do. No, Prisma. npm exec Prisma generate. Now, if I run this, and this should work, right? Yeah, I think I have to run the migration. Yeah, let me do this, and then I can roll back. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, let's do. Let's go to the tasks. I'm gonna ask you to do task 1. Sorry, task. So this is not started. I think we're gonna skip that. So let me just come here and say, should we remove task 2 because we will do the database design on each of the other tasks? Is there a way to stop? Okay, I can stop it here. Okay. Okay. Let's do that then before we proceed with the next tests. It's kind of like got lost a little bit doing a little bit of the database as I asked it to not do the big upfront and start doing the database. Got a little bit lost, but I think it's gonna get into a good point. And I think this was mostly because of using GPT-5. My experience with GPT-5 has been that they, it tries to over-engineer things a little bit. I guess GPT-5 can be great if you have a well-defined and constrained environment. I don't know, because I had some friends that have a really good. I don't even know. Clear command prompt. Okay, I don't even. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I think we are finally in a good. Okay, finally, let's commit the work we have so far for proceeding. I could have done that, but I just want to see how it generates a commit message. And I'm gonna have to stop it again because I'm gonna eat some pizza, and I don't want. In the other videos I was eating during the video, and I think this is kind of bad, so I'm gonna eat some pizza and come back. Maybe I'll bring a slicer, so we don't lose too much time. I mean, we can vibe cold and eat pizza, right? But yeah, I mean, this is okay. This is much slower. Okay, I wouldn't recommend you doing this. Like, I could have done that already, right? Like, especially I could come here, select everything, create a commit. Yeah, it's just too much. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna commit that. Gonna sign. So the AI is generating everything, and I'm just touch ID to sign, to use my 1Password SSH key to sign it. But yeah. Okay, I think this is done. I'm gonna be right back. So I think we already used what 20 minutes here. So I'm gonna come back and record more. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way down the night, but yeah, gonna be back soon. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, just got some rain, and yeah, we're gonna continue doing this. So I think we are in a nice state now, and I'm just gonna ask it to do task 3, and let's do task 3. I'm just gonna say that, and I'm just gonna add some context. Use the take inspiration when creating the TRPC endpoints. Sorry, the tasks for the TRPC endpoints. Take a look at how we do transactional testing in the example post server API routers in the post router test. I think that's all that I want to give it. Yeah, I really like the UI. It's cool. Let's see how far we can get this to work. Currently the schema, let me just check with the B, sorry. Prisma, schema.prisma. Wait, I wanted to do this code, not ask it to remember. Okay, I'm just going to start again in mode. Okay, yeah, I was in the wrong mode. Okay, now it's planning. Okay, now it's working the way I expected. I think it would be cool to be able to use a different model for the planning than for the execution. So we could use like GPT-5, the thinking model for the planning, and then like Claude for Sonora. You can use like Claude for Opus for planning and Sonnet for execution. Uh, I don't want to do that. Can I edit? Uh, that's not how I do it. I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna say don't use npx. Prefer using pnpm exec instead, or one of the existing tools. However, I believe the migrations were already applied. I'm not sure if there's anything like memories like we have in Cursor. I don't think there is, but it'd be cool to. Did he actually generate any migration? No, he didn't, because there's nothing to change. But yeah, whatever. I mean, he could have checked that there was already migration, and yeah, I guess this is also a problem because I couldn't set up the MCP server, the proper one. Yeah, maybe with more time I could have set it up, but yeah. I wonder if it has access to like, you know, like fine usages, like this kind of like understanding of the project. Yeah, one thing. Can I search for usage, find usages? Okay. Let me see the org test. Why are you even like? Oh, I forgot to. I mean, come on. Your marking things are working, but the tests are not even passing. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Forgot to. Yeah, this. Forgot to mock the out layer, which is why tests are failing. I mean, yeah, I think I would have to do a much better job with the guidelines. But let me run this in the background. Let me see the tasks it created. task is missing the UI elements. We just added the TRPC part. Let's run the test though. Let's see if I can. No, why? Okay. Yeah, this is by far the most annoying experience so far. It's just better to do it myself. Okay. Okay. Tests are passing. Okay, perfect. It got the test in a nice way. Okay, let's implement the UI for task 3. And I'm going to pass task 3. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to be more considerate of why the plan now has a weirder format. Doesn't look as nice. Okay, it's creating something. Let's see how the app is getting. Sign in. Let's do Renato@example.com. Let's go localhost 8025. Okay, sign in. Okay. It's creating a few things. What is going on here? not organization, it's org. Like that is okay. It got some errors and it just ignored. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a really bad experience. I'm finding a hard time. Like, can I not see? What can I do with that? Is there anything that I can? How do I go to the file? Okay, this is a unified viewer. It's gonna be better to see these things. Okay. No accept or reject. I mean, this is already running. So I guess the problem is that it doesn't have access to the running server. It's such a bad experience. I just said the server is running, and then the thing interpreted things is working. It's clearly not working because there's errors in this org.test. Oh man, this is so bad. It's just hallucinating at this point. Yeah, honestly, I think. Okay, let's see. What are the pages that it created? App, organizations. Let's go to organizations. Okay. My org, create organization. How do I go to I can see to. So this page here doesn't list the orgs. If I go to the other page, okay, I can't seem to have a way to find list of current orgs. Neither in the not in the root path nor the neither nor the or slash organizations page. Please implement an org list somewhere so I can go to the slash organization slash ID through the UI. Okay, do some changes. Yeah, you're gonna get it wrong again. It's not organization, it's org. Okay, fix it. Okay, good job. Yeah, not sure why I went with org instead of organization, but yeah, whatever. I digress. Yeah, this has been quite bad, honestly. Hmm. Can you just keep scrolling for me? Okay, you can. All right, let's see what it does. Okay, perfect. Uh, okay, so okay, to that I have this view, which is what the hell is that? And I have this admin thing where I can invite people. Okay, so it actually added a different. Okay. What was the goal of task 3? Let's create string. Let's create a org view page as well that can just list org members. So yeah, it's adding like new things, but not updating the org test. I'm gonna ask it to do it soon. Okay, let's see. Something is wrong. Network. Okay, okay, let me see what it did. We'll try catch. To access it, I guess to try catch this. gonna extend this too. Just gonna place it here. I'm not sure if this is the best way of doing it, but okay. So the name is unknown user. I think we're gonna have that. Right. Okay. Almost in a good state. Let's clean up. There are a few things missing before we can wrap up this task. Clean up the post model, router, etc. Streamline the UI so that the organization list is actually the yeah, let's just, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna ask it to create something else afterwards. Let's do this. Add pass for the added PRPC endpoints. Use stupid bit tests. Okay, good. I think I'll have to remove posts. I wish there was a way. Never use npx with the npm exec or npm run instead. It kind of loses context all the time. Like as soon as it marks as done, I think it forgets what I asked it to do. Like I don't know. This just feels weird. Like overly complex, maybe. It's just not doing the basic stuff. Honestly, not good. Not good. Okay, I think we have to wait a little bit more. Yeah, I need some music. Okay, remove the pulse. Good, good. Okay, close all the tabs. Let's just close everything. Okay, let me just. Let's do. Let's go to package JSON. Let's do lint. Can I run lint fix? There are some lint errors. Let's see if we can just figure it out. It's so slow editing code, or I'm just like. Perfect. Okay, let's commit and move on to. Let's commit and wrap up this task. Yeah, actually, I haven't tested the invitation. Let me just test it. Let's do other at example.com. Let's see. Was any email being sent? I don't think it would. It would have, right? Okay, let's log in into new tab, localhost 3000, sign in, other at example.com. Let's go back here. Let's open localhost 8025. Signing as other. Okay, organizations. Okay, let me just stop. Realized something. We are not sending emails. Therefore, getting invitations, and we don't list pending invitations in the org index screen, so it is impossible. I mean, I can. Maybe if I just come here. Let me just try something else. Other at example.com. What does it do? Already has the. Yeah. It is impossible to test the invitation flow. We should either list pending invitations, or we should actually send emails. Let's do the simple option of just listing pending invitations on the screen and changing the acceptance flow. Org.js. Okay. No, this doesn't make any sense. No. Yeah. Oh, and because it's slow. Let's see, let him cook. Okay, honestly, this just shows me how important it is the context management that is like indexing, searching for code and things like that. How that's much more important than the model itself. Like this is literally using the same model as we used on the other stuff. Okay, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna run this command because it runs. It Yeah, now what? Like it's gonna be running forever. Okay, let's test this. Copy this link. Okay, it kind of worked. Okay, yeah, it's good enough. All right, I joined. Okay, invitation is working. I think this is good enough. I think we are good now. Let's commit and let's wrap up the task and create a commit. I think this is good enough. Task 3 implemented. Yeah. Oh, configure data source. I guess we can just dismiss this one. We don't know and push. Okay, perfect. Let's start. Let's go back to Junie. Let's start a new job here. Okay, what I'm gonna try something different now because it's so slow. I'm gonna try to use the parallel thing. So I'm gonna try to be a little bit more creative here, which is I'm gonna say you are an UI designer trying to implement UI, a front-end developer trying to implement task 4. Create all the screens for that while assuming gRPC usage. However, the some of the new gRPC endpoints are not available yet because the backend agent is working on that. So just put some placeholders for now while the backend and have some market some stable interfaces. I'm gonna add task 4. Let's open the tasks. Tasks. Task 4. Okay. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna say you are a back-end engineer implementing all the back-end requirements for task 4. Just gonna do this plan and execute and implement the gRPC endpoints for that. Use the existing endpoint, existing routers to get an example of how the new router you will create it should look like, and importantly, be tested. Just gonna do arg test. Right. Now I have these 2 agents running. So, well. And I think they won't have too much conflict because they're working on different parts of the code base. Okay. Let me just do one thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna run this. I don't like npx, but it is what it is. Yeah, but we can see the data. So we can add database settings. Databases. How can I add like? That's the data source thing. Oh, database. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Data source, Postgres. Test connection. Download driver files. Change credentials. Postgres. Oh, let me just check one thing here. And let me just open the .env file. Yeah, Postgres password. Test connection. Postgres password. Okay, good. Good. Let's go back to Junie. See how these things are doing. Okay, it's waiting for something here. Let me just do one thing. What is the name of the thing? Is guidelines. Running tasks from package JSON. Never use running tasks for running tasks npm js tasks from packages. Never use npx. Instead only use installed packages with the npm exec. If there is a well-defined task in package.json, prefer using it with the npm run. Run command. I don't like it, but I'm just gonna. Yeah, this is the thing. Like I don't like. Never use npm run. Never use npm. Use pm instead. Okay, I think it learned from the guidelines, I guess. Oh, for freaking. Let me just do one thing. Dev. Q. Okay, let's run this now. Why is this running on the wrong port? Sorry. Okay, let's see. View, view categories. Okay. The to migrate the test database run test reset task. How do I restart? Okay. Continue implementing the backend for task 4. guess this would be better in a like as your project matures and you have more well-defined things. I think all the AI models they get better because they don't have a lot of decision to make. And I think the worse the AI model is, uh, the bigger the difference between using it on a badly structured project versus a well structured one. Yeah, but so far this has been much worse than the other tools I've used. Like we barely reached, like we're only scratching the surface here. Like, yeah, not great. Okay, let's test it. Okay, no categories found. Let's create a category, travel expenses. Okay, office supplies, keyboards, and mice. Oh, it's good. Good enough. Good enough. That's what I put task for. You know what? I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm not gonna spend tokens on this tasks. Okay, actually, I'm just gonna mark this as done, done, and I'm gonna mark this as done, done, and it's going to. Let me just make sure that we can run lint. See if there's anything to be linted. Okay, category test. Is there a way to open this file? Okay, 494. Okay, I don't know why this is. Okay, I think this just. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna close everything, terminate. I'm gonna open WebStorm. No, not web. WebStorm. And I'm going to try to commit. Okay, 3 warnings, much better. Inline variable. I like that it shows me some stuff to check. Okay. Alright, commit and push. Okay, great. So going to now gonna do the same thing. But yeah. Honestly, I think I'm just going to implement task 5. I'm just going to let me test the other prompt that we had before. What is even happening? Is there like a all right. Like what is even it just tried to add like policy to oh my god. got really complicated on the police engine. Like, I don't even. Yeah. Yeah, using a float here is not ideal though. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time correcting this, but let's just go with the flow. I have to correct you. You are doing the tests in a wrong way. Please check how we do it in the other test files. In the policy test, yes. In a yeah, it's trying to mock the database. I guess this is, but honestly, this is an interesting thing. Like, I'm happy. In a way, I'm sad that I've done this transactional testing because it's unorthodoxical. But at the same time, I think it's great because then it shows how sometimes these AI models struggle to adhere to the project standards. I guess a properly written instructions file would be helpful. But I mean, it's not. It shouldn't be using the mock context. Mock context has make no sense. Yeah, it is now fixing it. Yeah, it is running out of time. I mean, it barely managed to create much. So yeah, one of the worst experience in terms of productivity. UI is nice. I like it. It lacks a lot of the file diffing, like correcting commands that are wrong. Like, because you're gonna see. Like I had to correct it because it was, tests were wrong or something like that. And I have to stop it, and then when I ask it to continue, it just lost like loses track of what is happening. Yeah, really bad experience overall. Yeah, the file edits are also quite slow. Yeah, honestly. Okay, I think we're almost there. I mean, I should be able to just do like. It has to. Yeah, but this is as far as I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna be able to run the test. I think this just wraps things up for us. Just gonna wait until this is done. Gonna commit that. Make sure the test's running, and call it a day for this tool. It wasn't good. Wasn't that good? I'm gonna text a friend that told me that Junie was really bad. I'm gonna tell him, "You're right. Junie was really bad." Yeah, let's see the tests. I'm gonna run the tests here as well. Wait, mark the test as done. You're not done. You are not done. I haven't even implemented a UI for that. Okay, I think honestly I think this idea of having these tasks when the model is not great at writing those in the first place, it's just like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't help. I don't know. So bad, so bad. Let me just check one thing. Yeah, I haven't done anything, right? Like it's just we're not done with the task. Tests are failing, and you haven't even implemented the UI. What do you want? Like you see, like it was because I stopped and said it had to correct it. Now it thinks that that was the whole task. It's just hallucin. Like yeah, a lot of hallucination. Really bad context management. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong, but it's definitely a lot. You know. Yeah. So this is the problem. I wanted to correct it. Like there's no way for me to correct it. Like it's doing the wrong thing. I know it is doing the wrong thing. What it needs to do is this thing here. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do this. Give my migrate reset as half. Yeah. Just do one thing. Can I run this now? It's just frustration after frustration, and having a really bad time with this. Why are you doing that? You don't need to do any of this. Okay, stop. You are overthinking. Just get the results of the npm run test and see what is wrong and fix it. Nothing in the transactional test setup as a whole. Just the tests you wrote or the code that is not satisfying the tests. Yeah, honestly, really bad. Perfect. Okay, let's call it a day. You did an okay job. Partially implemented test file. Backend only. Currently. Commit and push. You're likely gonna complain about some warnings. Gonna fix these warnings. Okay, not gonna fix that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up now. So yeah, my thoughts on Junie are the UI is pretty. I like the way you can have um, multiple parallel agents, like the multi-agent is interesting. The MCP setup was a little bit weird, but honestly, I think it was mostly like how I was trying to set up things because I need the MCP to run on the context of the project, and it might be just that I don't understand how to properly set up. I'm not a heavy ID user myself, and but yeah, honestly, I think the experience was quite bad whenever it was trying to do something wrong, like especially when running commands, right? It was hard to me to just uh, correct the command. Uh, and the other problem was anytime that I had to stop the task and ask it to fix one thing in the middle of the task, it seemingly was thinking that that thing was the new task itself. And then once it finished that, it would just stop. Like, oh, I've done what it asked it for. So it's kind of like not getting the context of what I was wanting it to do properly. So yeah, honestly, bad experience. I think this was the worst so far. I think all the other three that I've tested, Cursor, Windsurf, and Copilot with VS Code, were a much better experience than whatever this is. Uh, but yeah, I mean that being said, the idea is nice, but I guess I would particularly see if I could test the the Copilot uh, for JetBrains because maybe that's better. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. But yeah, UI was nice, but was pretty. Was not great UI like in terms of user experience. For example, the diffs. I couldn't like one thing that Cursor does that is interesting. It kind of like it keeps aggregating the diff of what the AI have done. So if it does multiple edits instead of me reviewing each edit separately, it kind of like keeps updating the file and but then gives me what it was before and what it was after all these things, and then it can roll back a file entirely, and I couldn't see anything like this here. So yeah, I think it's an unpolished experience. The planning was okay, but yeah, honestly, I don't recommend if you already pay for the all products pack like I do. I would say why not? Like maybe sometime try some task with this thing. Maybe you just yeah. If you want to vibe a little bit more, just sip some coffee, watch some YouTube videos, and let it do something for you. But I wouldn't recommend paying that. Although I mean I know it the pricing is like probably one of the the best out there, like in terms of pricing. It's not like as bad. Let me just double check it here. But I guess yeah, the pricing is like €100, $100, yeah, €100 per year. So it is on the cheaper side, but I think Copilot is a similar price, and the experience was much better, honestly. So I just don't recommend Junie. Not at this stage. Sorry, IntelliJ, you need to do better. So yeah, so that's it for this video, and I hope that tomorrow you're not gonna see, the times are a little bit weird because I'm gonna edit this tomorrow as well. But I hope that I'm gonna review 2 more tools tomorrow. So yeah, let's see where that goes. Thank you so much. If you like this kind of videos, or if you don't like this kind of videos but you are waiting for the summary of everything, please remember to subscribe to the channel, and also drop a like if you can, if you want. It will be really highly appreciated. So yeah, thank you so much, and see you in the next one.